Happy birthday, America. You're looking pretty good for 247. This is your July Cellar Series description. We are live from the canoe. This is, I've got my partner here, Leo. Thank you for your help today. But we are in the middle of Lake Nokomis because what do you do in July besides try to beat the heat one way or another? We're celebrating America this month, and we're very conscious of our kind of position at the shop as a shop that really kind of cut its teeth on domestic wines with classic producers like the Mondavi family right here, the Peter Mondavi family here. But we are also like really excited about a lot of like the young kind of new producers that are making these really exciting wine styles, really fresh, kind of a focus on freshness, a focus on kind of expression, and kind of a return to balance in a way. So the deal is fantastic. I mean, it's about $123 after the 20% off, and it's just really special kind of value, and we try to keep it kind of fresh and light. So let's just jump right in. This is Union Sacre, basically two friends who kind of started this project here, and they've been making wine since 2014, based kind of out of the Central Coast, like vineyards throughout the Central Coast, kind of based in Paso in a way, but this is their Santa Barbara Kick-On Ranch dry Riesling. And yeah, I mean, like I always say this, I'm a broken record these days, but like I drink a lot of Riesling at home, whether it's dry or slightly sweet, even sometimes sweet. Like it has awesome acidity, so even when that little bit of sweetness comes in, it's fantastic. But this is bone dry. It's an Alsatian inspired producer all around, and this is their dry Riesling. So they make about 237 cases of this, so really small. It's all neutral barrel in terms of its ferments. Organic production, really special, small producer. They sell this wine on their website at a certain price, and it's a fair price, honestly. But we have an amazing deal that we're featuring this for this month, and so I'm super excited to get a great small single vineyard Riesling in a dry style, like into your glass from a great California producer. So, moving on to Bloodroot, this is a North Coast AVA Sauvignon Blanc. It's basically the product of Noah and Kelly Dorrance, who are kind of like the minds behind Reeve Wines. Reeve Wines, great Sonoma-based producer, but they have this second project, which is from really important like sourcing kind of contracts. And that's the beauty of a lot of these small growers, that they don't own all of their really expensive vineyards. That's really expensive. They lease them, and they kind of are able to be more nimble and kind of move around a little bit and make kind of expressive styles. So this is from two different vineyards. One's called the Bellissimo Vineyard in Knights Valley. Knights Valley is that amazing little bridge between Sonoma County and Napa County, kind of a higher elevation pass. Kind of a little lowland area, but kind of you go up a little bit and then you kind of just sneak right down into Calistoga. The other vineyard is the Gibson Ranch up in Mendocino County. So there is a little bit of new barrel for aging in this. There's about 25% new, and I actually really love that aspect to it. A lot of times we are thinking Sauvignon Blanc is like these really like crunchy, like New Zealand styles or Loire styles that are like so bright and fresh and citrusy and grassy. It's kind of nice to see a little bit of ripeness out of your Sauvignon Blanc. So that's what these guys did, and it's delicious. 12.5% or 12.8%, so nice kind of final alcohol. So moving to Statera. Statera is a Oregon-based producer out of Carlton, so kind of northern Willamette Valley, and it's kind of the product of a partnership between Meredith Bell and Luke Wild, who we've been working with the wines for a few years now, a couple years, and their single vineyard stuff is spectacular. Their Pet Nat is out of this world, but their Ember in 2021 is kind of a return to form. And 2020 was a slightly challenging vintage for a lot of growers, and so yeah, we're back to their really fresh and pure kind of style for their barrel fermented. I should say like kind of a neutral style barrel aged Chardonnay. And you want to know what? Like Chardonnay from Oregon is finally starting to get like the cred it deserves. For the longest time, maybe they didn't have the right clones in the right places, and they weren't the most interesting wines. But like they have figured it out, and there's no reason that we should not be expecting some of the best Chardonnays in the world to be coming from the Willamette Valley in the near future. So yes, lovely stuff. Unfined, unfiltered, all biodynamic, like just really, really good stuff. Moving to Matthew Rorick, the Queen of the Sierra. This is his Forlorn Hope kind of estate vineyard in Calatrava County, kind of that hot, dusty part of kind of Sierra foothills area of California. We've been working with Matthew's wines for many, many years, but he is a singular winemaker for me, and he's making really clean wines right now. Every once in a while, you come across a producer and you see kind of the ups and the downs with the expression in the wines, but like this is such a beautiful wine. It is Zinfandel, Grenache, and Tempranillo. It's all organic. It's whole cluster, so all of the fruit comes into the winery. They press it without removing the stems, and that leaves like a whole other character to the wine that's like really, really special for me. Something that I think adds this other kind of dimension of texture, kind of more kind of complete aromatics. Really, really special rosé right here. And you want to know what? That's the other thing. I really like rosés in that style that have more color, more concentration. Yes, it's nice to be able to kind of like, you know, throw back a bottle of Provençal rosé, but it's gone before you know it. And sometimes you kind of really want to feel it. You know, kind of like the texture of the wine, more intensity as well. So, and he's got it. Going to Sonoma County, this is La Lune. This is a project and a property that we've been exploring the last few years with their Chardonnay, their Old Vine Carignan, but this is their Cabernet. And you kind of see here, I have the Cabernet kind of coming before the Merlot, kind of for the reason, I mean, this is at 12, this finishes at 12.5%. It has such amazing acidity to the wine. It is so fresh and crunchy. You know, I serve this chilled, not cold, but chilled. And so the reason that I do that is the opportunity to really kind of allow that like really like bright blue and black fruit to really kind of shine. So they make about 1,000 cases of this. It's a blend of 20 to 70-year-old vines, 10 months in neutral French. It's all these stems, no fining and no filtering. Kind of natural winemaking out of California at the highest level for me for expression. So, or I should say, maybe at the highest level, more. It's just really, really pure and fresh. I love tasting wines like this. There's just such a surprise and a treat. Finishing up with Charles Krug and the amazing history of the Krug Winery, which is kind of steeped in lore, I feel like in California and just the world's winemaking history. So there was a little family called Cesare and Rosa Mondavi, like that came from the Iron Range in Minnesota. Don't forget that, they were Minnesotans, Italians, Minnesotans, and then finally Californians. So the Mondavis had a couple boys, they had kids, but they had two very famous boys, Peter Mondavi and Robert Mondavi. And when those two brothers kind of had their famous fight and split, Robert Mondavi opened up his own winery. Peter Mondavi kind of stuck on with the family farm and really kind of pushed and made classic wines kind of throughout. So this is their Napa Valley Merlot. It is just a real classic. It has all the concentration and kind of velvety black fruit that you would expect out of traditional California wines. Where we're exploring kind of maybe some newer faces here, some freshness here. This really brings kind of like what I think what most people are really, really comfortable with California wine, which is nice, kind of generous, spicy black fruit. So that is your July Cellar Series description. Some amazing values in here at $123. After the 20% discount before tax. It's a crazy deal. I mean, it should be well over that with some of these wines retailing much higher at different points in time. So it's available this weekend. Leo, I'm gonna have you send us out. You got any parting thoughts?